We welcome you back to downtown Brooklyn for the 2026 NEC Softball Championships. And it's an elimination game here on day 2 as the CCSU Blue Devils take on the Moyne Dolphins. We welcome you to the LIU Softball Complex. Austin Rooney, Jack Ridenauer, and here's a look at the bracket, Jack. And it's been a really fun tournament so far. The winner moves on to take on LIU. The loser, though, is going home.
Yeah, this is a big one for both CCSU and Moyne, and really for the Blue Devils. This feels like a huge redemption game, especially with how yesterday's loss to Wagner went after leading for most of the game.
Yeah, they did lead Wagner for most of that game, ends up falling 3-1. For Moyne in this game, it was Gleghorn yesterday. Do you think they may have to rely upon her again today?
Absolutely. Elizabeth Gleghorn has had a great freshman season, an all-rookie pick, came up in the clutch in her lone pinch hit at bat with a double. That's going to be key today against the Blue Devils.
The bats were quiet yesterday for CCSU. What might they need to do today? Who may need to step up for the Blue Devils?
Without question, it's got to be Skylar Warren. She had a nice day at the plate, but really got the difference in the field. A web gem play that kept the game close down the stretch. That's going to be big defensively.
It's win or go home. CCSU and Moyne are coming up next.
Central
We welcome you back to the LIU Softball Complex, ready for Game 2 of the day. It is an elimination game, and that's a look at Moyne's batting order. And look who's in the cleanup spot today. It's Elizabeth Gleghorn, who came off the bench yesterday.
Yeah, she was really big late in that ball game yesterday for Moyne. Really needed to come up with some offensive life, and Gleghorn gets called upon it. Honestly, big reason why she's been an all-rookie pick this season, but this is a strong Moyne lineup that has to go up against a really good pitcher for CCSU and Liz Hamilton, who, let's face it, Austin, she did a really nice job yesterday, ate up pretty much all the innings yesterday. So if you look at it in that sense, CCSU has, despite losing, protected its bullpen and has given its bullpen a little extra rest, an extra day. So should Liz Hamilton maybe falter or run into some fatigue, you do have Haley Strunk, who was not used yesterday despite warming up.
CCSU came into the tournament just one game shy of hosting. They had the tiebreaker over LIU, and going into the final series of the regular season, were in line to host. They win 2 out of 3 in that final series. LIU sweeps, LIU hosts. But now, it's CCSU in an elimination game, and the winner of this team game will play another elimination game against LIU.
I think that'll be very interesting to see, because going into that final game for today, you'll have one of these two teams emerging, so you'll have one team already accustomed to having this back against the corner kind of mindset to stay alive.
First pitch, Duncurley sends it into left. A leadoff single to get things going.
And Duncurley, another freshman, was on the all-rookie team this year. Has had great success against the Blue Devils. One of her 7 multi-hit games this year came against CCSU.
Showed bunt and pulled back. It's Maddie Martin, the 2-hitter. Didn't have a hit yesterday. Infield way in here. 5 infielders, in fact. Bunts foul. Tells you a lot when you go 5 infielders and no right fielder.
Certainly does say something.
Almost as though you may want to just sort of open up that stance and try to even just tap one into right field, and you may have a triple on your hands. Slaps it foul. And you might be asking to completely change your swing, which is awfully difficult to do on short notice. Bounce foul yet again.
Well, we talked about it yesterday, and I think the point continues to be relevant. When you get in these deep ball counts and you see a lot of different pitches, especially from a pitcher like Liz Hamilton that does not strike out much, you can very well get lucky and get a ball in play.
Slow one away, 2-2. Lifted, foul, left field line, and out of play.
Pretty cool experience for this Moyne team. Just a couple years removed from being Division II and in the first postseason tournament as a Division I program.
Line foul yet again. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat to Maddie Martin.
Quite the difference. Yeah, quite the difference in the at-bat from Duncurley. First pitch she saw, put that one in play.
Way upstairs, 3-2. A runner on first and nobody out. This is the leadoff hitter, Duncurley, with a base hit. Now the 10th pitch of the at-bat on a 3-2, and we'll do it again. It's a CCSU team that not only were second in the conference, but also were over 500 on the year at 26-18. Fights another one off.
What a battle here by Martin. Such a quality at bat no matter how this one unfolds.
Pitch number 12, 3-2, ground ball right to third, to second for 1, no play at first. Mark that down as a 5-4 as Gasper to Skylar Warren.
I think a double play would have been pretty tough. This is a well-hit ball to Gasper. Does a great job fielding it, but you can see right there, she takes an extra second to go from glove to ball transition, and that allows for Martin to reach first. But the important runner taken care of, and that's the lead runner.
Audrey Bendersky with a runner on first base. Oh, and 2. Strike 3. Hamilton elevates.
That's a really big strikeout for Bendersky.
And now a look at the CCSU defense, similar to what we had yesterday when they played. Line drive, and it's snagged by Stella Gasper to end the first inning. After a leadoff single, Gasper starts the fielder's choice for the second out, and a sprawling snag for the second to retire the side. We go to the bottom of the first when we come back.
This is awesome, bro. This is what the Devils thrive in.
Lily, say hi to the camera.
The LIU Sharks are champions.
Central Connecticut, they win the NEC. There is Paquette, and she somehow beat the shot clock with a scoop. Oh, what a move by Malachi Davis.
The Seahawks' first ever NEC Women's Indoor Crown.
And the goal for the NEC regular season title, it's Moyne.
LIU has done it. Back-to-back championships.
The Cougars have won the NEC Championship.
With FDU Knights, absolutely perfect.
So look at Isabella Kwashenk, who had trouble yesterday. Allowed 6 runs across 3 2/3. And will face off against what's a tough LIU lineup, or Central Connecticut lineup. That was a tough LIU lineup yesterday that she faced. This is a Central Connecticut lineup with first team all-conference player after first team all-conference player. 7 of the 9 players in this CCSU lineup are all-conference. Count 0-1 on Ashlyn DeSaulniers.
It was a really good overall season for CCSU, the only team in the NEC to finish above 500 in the overall record.
2-1. Lifted foul. Count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Count runs full at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
It's pretty interesting that these two teams actually played each other to finish the regular season. So, albeit all these teams have played each other a couple times, but the turnaround's pretty short.
On the ground is short. Gavigan to first in plenty of time. There's 1 away.
The point being that you have a quick turnaround, so you can kind of allow for those mistakes to get cleaned up a lot faster than if you played a team way back in March. You haven't seen them in a month and a half. When you've got that very short, less than a week of going from playing them to playing them again in the postseason, that's very beneficial.
Lifted foul. Yeah, the 3 games against Lemoyne for Central Connecticut just last weekend. A 3-2 loss. Line drive up the middle, a base hit. Reagan Vunak put a charge into that liner up the middle.
And a great smooth swing from Vunak, just right past Kwashek's ear.
It's a 3-2 loss. Lemoyne won that game. That's really the reason we're here in Brooklyn as opposed to in New Britain. And then an 8-3 win and a 12-4 win in games 2 and 3. But it was enough not only for LIU to pass Central Connecticut, but also enough to get Lemoyne into the tournament official. Count 0-2 now on Ava Sino. 0 for 2 yesterday. One of the most consistent hitters in the conference, though. A reason for her being a first-team All-NEC selection.
Sino really struggled, though, last weekend against Lemoyne. Was just 1 for 9 against the Dolphins.
Not 2-1. She does lead the conference in doubles. Ranks top 25 in the conference in doubles in the country in doubles per game. Count 3-1. You mentioned the last series against Lemoyne where she struggled. Her last 10 games are sort of a tale of 2 halves. The first 5 games of that 10 game set, she was 12 for 16, and she laces that one into left. The next 5, however, she was just 2 for 16, so 12 for 16 followed by 2 for 16 as a base hit here. Here is the batting order for the CCSU Blue Devils. Grace Lawton there, who steps in now, leads the NEC in home runs. 1 through 7 are all conference selections.
Yeah, it's a deadly team that CCSU has. A very experienced team, group that has played in these NEC postseason tournaments many years in a row.
2-0.
When you've got players that are well accustomed to that and knowing what it takes to play in these high leverage, high pressure situations, you can't teach that, you can't replicate that. And Grace Lawton, a player that has played in these big moments.
Fly ball, left center, and Maddie Martin is there for the second out. That was really well struck.
And you could tell, I think everybody held their breath here at the ballpark because, like you mentioned, Lawton with great home run ability. She tied a single season program record at CCSU with 12 bombs this season. So anytime that ball goes off her bat and in air, you probably have to stop for a moment.
Another note for Lawton, when she goes deep, watch out for a second one. She's got 5 multi-home run games this year. Count 2-0 on Stella Gasper.
This would be a ginormous win for Lemoyne if Kwasha can take care of Gasper with 2 on.
Swing and a miss. Gasper was on the all-rookie team. Also a second-team All-NEC selection. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with 2 on. Ball 3.
Gasper played some really high-level softball in high school in central Pennsylvania. Central Dauphin graduate, really good athletic program.
He'll do it again. Well, Kwashak hasn't necessarily run into so many deep counts. In this game, we've seen quite a few. Liz Hamilton did. And that was the 7th pitch of the at-bat.
You can tell Gasper is trying to time up Kwashak here. A couple late swings, so she just gets that bat head around a little bit faster and squares one of these pitches up. It's going to go.
Here's the 8th pitch to Gasper. That's away. It's ball 4, and the bases are loaded for CCSU.
Well, sometimes that 3rd out is the hardest out to get, and Lemoyne is feeling that pressure right now.
Teal fouls the first one off. Teal, a first-team All-NEC selection as a designated player. That's where she is today as well.
Yeah, fantastic block by Ava Todd. Needs to be so strong back behind the plate, especially with Vunak bearing down over at 3rd.
Two and 1. For Kwashak, this is one of those moments where it's not only is a bases loaded, but you're falling behind a little bit in the count. You just walked Stella Gasper. Line drive to right, diving play, and Sydney Neshi makes the catch. Probably saves at least 2 runs to end the first inning. Central Connecticut threatens, but a diving play by Neshi keeps this one scoreless at the end of 1.
draw the line and put an end to the abuse. Brought to you by the NCAA.
Fans, you can follow the NEC on all your favorite social media sites, get exclusive NEC content, and interact on X, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube by heading over to @NEC Sports. Also, be sure to check out the NEC's official website at necsports.com, where you'll find all the latest news and notes from around the league. That's @NEC Sports. Top of the second, no score between Moyne and Central Connecticut in this elimination game. Winner goes on to play LIU, which will be about 30 minutes to an hour after the conclusion of this game. Originally scheduled for around 4 o'clock, maybe closer to 4:30. Fly ball straight away center field. The Solners is there, and Sydney Neshi is retired as the first out. That brings up Gianni Benamati.
Benamati certainly due. Hasn't had a hit in 5 straight games. 0 for 10 during this stretch. Mind you, this is a former All-NEC first team pick from a year ago.
2 balls and no strikes. Oh, I beg your pardon. Strike. Thought I saw that, heard a ball, but then lifted, umpire lifted his arm to indicate a strike. Count a ball and 2 strikes.
Hamilton's found a little bit of a groove after that first pitch leadoff single given up by Kaylee Dunkerley. Since then, that fielder's choice, strikeout, line out, and a flyout.
And here is the 1-2 upstairs. Your umpiring crew today, it's Andrew Fee behind home plate, Midge Scholl at first, Mike Matza at second, and Lloyd Ingerson at third. A tapper, gloved by Hamilton. Throw to first in time.
Right on cue, the PFP chant. Very fitting. There's a reason why you practice fielding as a pitcher, and it's for plays like that. Hamilton doing a great job. That's a tough play for a pitcher to field. Hard ground ball from your throwing side, so you have to reach across your body to field it. Mind you, you don't know if you should let your shortstop take it or not. Great reaction by Hamilton.
Fielding her position, she's had a great start so far. Allowed a leadoff single to Kayla Dunkerley, and since then, 5 straight retired. In the air to right center, long run, but DeSaulniers tracks it down. A very quick 1-2-3 inning for Liz Hamilton as we go to the bottom of the second, still scoreless. Hey fans, you can for more information on how you can receive a discount on your next stay at any Choice Hotel property nationwide, simply visit the NEC's website at necsports.com and click on the corporate partners link to learn more. Look at all those amazing Choice Hotels you have to choose from.
Certainly have your choice of whatever you'd like.
Called strike on Skylar Warren. It is 7, 8, and 9 for Isabella Kwasik to deal with. Eva Todd with a little trouble on that ball, but no one on base, so no worse the wear.
And it feels that bottom of the first inning for CCSU could come back to haunt them. You leave bases loaded, nobody comes around, you get a back-to-back singles after the leadoff batters retire. That feels like a true lost opportunity.
And 2-2 on Skylar Warren. Count now 3-2. Just 20 pitches. This ball lifted down the right field line, tailing foul. 20 pitches for Liz Hamilton through 2 innings. But for Kwasik, we're already at 30, as that was the 6th pitch of the at-bat. Ball 4, 7-pitch walk issued to Skylar Warren.
And since this is such a dangerous Blue Devils team, it feels that more and more that they get runners on, eventually something's going to break through, something's going to give. Had only 4 hits yesterday, and a performance I'm sure they'd like to forget about at the plate and flush.
Well, Piccolo shows bunt.
But the more pressure applied, and let's face it again, the aspect of the experience. Lemoyne's never been in this situation before. CCSU well accustomed to playing in elimination games, in championship games. So the Blue Devils, when push comes to shove, they know what to do.
A bunt right in front of the mound. Really good bunt, though, as the third baseman, Benamati, comes in, firing to first to get the out there, but the runner, Skylar Warren, advances to second, so it is a sac bunt.
Yeah, very productive at-bat by LoPiccolo, doing what she needs to do. Laid that down beautifully, made it tough for really Kwasik, Todd, and Benamati to all kind of decide whose ball that was.
So it'll be Bozak and then back to the top of the lineup for Ashlyn DeSalners. A ball and a strike.
I talk about players that have done some winning. Bozak, one of them, captured a district championship in high school in Western Pennsylvania, the WPIAL. Played for a really good high school team at Trinity.
Oh, that's a called strike. I thought I heard ball initially, but it is a strike. Look, pitch looked good. I just didn't hear a strike call initially. A little bit of a late signal. On the ground, up the middle, a base hit from Bozak. They're going to hold the runner, Skylar Warren, at third. A little surprised to see that they held her. Maddie Martin got the ball pretty quickly, but a second to home on a ball at the middle almost feels automatic nowadays.
Yeah, quite frankly, you got to give a lot of credit to how Maddie Martin played that ball. It does get cut off, but I think head coach Bree Gleason, she knows a thing or two about coaching, winning another Coaching Staff of the Year award this past year. But I think that was a smart move of her to keep Warren at third. Now you've got 2 runners on. You don't have the potentiality of maybe a play at the plate, maybe risk losing that run. So now you've got 2 on. You have the top of the order as well. So the 9-hole hitter doing the job, and now you've got 1, 2, 3 here with 1 out. You can really play around. You've got first and third too, so you can get creative. Do you maybe steal, try to do the double steal? Do you fake steal? Really, there's so many possibilities in front of you now that you've got 2 runners on.
Yeah, I think the top of the lineup point is a really good point because, again, 1 through 7 are all, all conference players. So much talent there. Kwasik pops it up in foul territory. It's going to get just out of play. Benamati chased that as far as she could go. Great work by our camera operator here to get this look. Wow, that was close. And there's also one of those little awkward gaps that you don't see all that much around this park, where she theoretically could have maybe gone, I don't know if that's legal, if you can go around the fence like that.
I was going to say, I don't know if that's still considered playable. There is some movement already for Lemoyne in the bullpen. And that is Adriana Laraway.
Popped it up in the infield. Benamati is there, makes the catch.
That is a huge win for Lemoyne. Massive out for Kwasik. Her shoulders have to drop about 6 inches now. You've got 2 outs, still have 2 on. But this is going to be a tough at-bat with Reagan Vunak, who's 1 for 1.
Adriana Laraway, who again is warming up in the bullpen, pitched 2 innings against CCSU last week. Did not allow a hit or a run and came in again for 2/3 of an inning. Also kept the Blue Devils off the scoreboard in that game. But CCSU has seen her recently, similar to Kwasik. High pop-up. Bandersky makes the catch, and Lemoyne works out of trouble. CCSU strands 2 at the corners, and at the end of 2, it's still scoreless here at LIU. As part of its commitment to good sportsmanship, the NEC has maintained its partnership with Officially Human. It's an organization that emphasizes treating all officials with respect. To learn more about this initiative, visit simplyhuman.com to learn more. And with that, your umpiring crew today: Andrew Fee behind home plate, Midge Scholl at first, Mike Mance at second, and Lloyd Ingerson at third for Game 2 of this double elimination tournament. Count 0-2. Check swing, did Ava Todd go? Yes, she did. Midge Scholl the call at first. And she goes down on strikes. 7 in a row retired by Liz Hamilton after a leadoff single from Duncurley. Here's a look at that check swing. It's a great look. Clearly went around.
Yeah, without question, that was just about a full swing. And again, Hamilton moving through this first bit of the lineup smooth. But she did that yesterday against Lemoyne, or excuse me, did that against Wagner yesterday. She moved through the first 3, even 4 innings pretty smooth. 5th, 6th, 7th inning, that's where things started to get a little rocky.
Down the line, gonna run out of room. You know, Wagner was able to do yesterday, more than anything else, was to keep this CCSU lineup in check. Again, when you have 7 all-conference players, the Wagner pitching staff kept them to just 1 run, and it was way back in the first inning.
Yeah, CCSU did what it needed to do the first 3 innings. There were some also errors that started to compound later in the game for this Blue Devils group. And we mentioned how the fielding was such an anomaly, because this is the best fielding team percentage-wise, or at least top 2 in CCSU in the entire NEC. So a team that is really strong defensively.
Two and 2 on Avery Lynn. With 1 away in the top of the 3rd inning. Count 3-2. On what is a sunny day in Brooklyn. However, it is a little bit chilly for anybody in the shadows here, is that fly ball lifted to very shallow left. LaPiccolo is there, and they're 2 away.
Well, I think the big thing to watch as we go from morning into afternoon, obviously well into the afternoon, but as the sun starts to fade, you can see the shade, and then you go back out to the sun for LaPiccolo in left, DeSaulners in center, and Bozek in right. Really, left field, I think, has the toughest time seeing some of these fly balls with that sun just beaming right down.
Up the middle, it's a base hit for Kayla Duncurley. 2 at-bats and 2 hits. Now trying to go to second. The throw, not in time. Wow, that was really close. And how about the move to go to second?
Well, I think even bigger, how about the missed cutoff? I mean, again, that is an uncharacteristic miscue. I mean, this ball should be coming in a second, no problem. And it's an absolute frozen rope to first for some reason. And I remember yesterday that CCSU's outfield had issues with finding the cutoff. And again, really good heads-up running. Was awfully close, but fantastic angle by our PAC network group, and that a safe call.
Our outstanding producer, Tom Casanova, and our camera operators, replay operators.
Tom Casanova wears many hats and headsets. He has 2 headsets on. That is not a joke.
I think Tom at some point needs an on-camera shout-out here.
I think so, too.
Pinch hitter, it's Molly Wolf who steps in. In for Maddie Martin. Trying to drive in a run. The hit from Duncurley ends a streak of 8 in a row retired by Liz Hamilton. A runner in scoring position with 2 outs. But it's 1 and 2. Wolf had just 15 at-bats in conference play. Was 5 for 15, so 333. The count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
On the year, she was really good in this situation, driving in runs. 35 at-bats, she had 8 RBIs.
Lined that one foul with some pace to it. Two. Strike 3. Hamilton elevates and works around trouble. Lemoyne leaves 1 in scoring position, but after 2.5, it's still scoreless here at the LIU softball complex.
Central Connecticut State University, ranked the best college by Princeton Review, Forbes, U.S. News & World Report, and the Carnegie Foundation. Come explore and innovate within the dynamic realm of artificial intelligence and cybersecurity. Get the hands-on experience you need at our community health education clinic. It's all at Central. Apply today. Visit us at ccsu.edu/apply.
This is where you grow, not just in knowledge, but in character, where you find your voice, your fire, your calling, where curiosity sparks discovery and teamwork turns hope into victory, where every step you take writes the story of tomorrow, and where greatness meets goodness. This is Lemoyne College.
Sports fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human.
Hey fans, NEC Front Row is the official online digital network of the NEC with live HD webcasts, highlight packages, and more. This site's a one-stop destination for league fans. Also, the NEC On The Run streaming app is available for Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, Android TV, as well as iOS and Android mobile devices. Best of all, NEC Front Row content is always free. Enjoy the best seat in the house at necfrontrow.com. It's Avicino. Well, CCSU has threatened in the first and second innings. That one's popped up off the building and caught by Avery Lynn. No, it's not an out. 2 balls and 2 strikes. A little bit away. Now that outside pitch is something we've talked quite a bit about throughout this tournament, Jack. First couple games yesterday, that call usually there. That one was a little further outside, as that one's fouled away. But again, we'll have to see exactly where that edge falls today. We haven't seen the pitchers try to paint that outside corner quite as much, though.
Yeah, and I think they've started to adjust, noticing that this game's getting called a little bit tighter.
Ground ball past the outstretched reach of Gavigan into center field for a base hit. A bit of a seeing eye single for Ava Sino.
Yeah, nice little 2-for-2 start so far for Sino. That's got to feel really good, especially how she came into this tournament. She was 1 for her last 9 before the NEC tournament. Last year she really struggled in the tournament, so that's got to feel like a huge sigh of relief for her, getting a couple singles in this game, and not to mention leading the inning off, getting a board.
Throw down to first, the chase, Sino back to the bag. It's Grace Lawton. We've talked quite a bit about her power. Hasn't gone deep yet in this tournament, but had a couple of really long fly balls that with the right wind may have been a difference maker. 2-0 on the righty. Lifted to left. That ball is gone. A no-doubter from Grace Lawton, and CCSU is up 2-0.
An absolute moonshot by Lawton. And I was going to say, Austin, right before she hit this, there's a little bit of a wind tunnel out to left field if somebody can catch it. And oh my, did Lawton catch it. There was no question that ball was leaving the park. And one of the greatest home run hitters to wear a Blue Devil uniform, doing what she does best. And that has to feel like a huge relief for CCSU, drawing first blood and getting a little bit of cushion early in this ball game.
Jack, you mentioned the wind. I think there could have been hurricane force winds coming in. That ball still might have gotten out of here.
Yeah, she absolutely mashed that ball, and you could tell right off the hit of the bat off the ball, you could tell that ball was going to go. And really, I mean, I think you know too, Austin, just looking at the outfield reaction, you could tell Dunkerley took about 2 steps and was like, I'm not even going to try.
2-0. Central Connecticut leads Lemoyne. Following a 2-run shot from Grace Lawton. Stella Gasper steps in. Some miscommunication between Isabella Kwaszek and the catcher Ava Todd on exactly what the call is. She put her hands up kind of like, so what are we doing here now?
And I think there's been some confusion with her even going back to the second and first innings that she's had with Todd.
3-1. Now, LIU yesterday held CCSU, or I beg your pardon, LIU or CCSU yesterday. Oh, and that ball was blasted to left. It's back-to-back no-doubters. A solo shot from Stella Gasper, and it's 3-0.
Put a good drive into that one, and this could be it for Kwaszek. But you see that load off the back foot and then just taking all that momentum. And I think Gasper knew, she didn't want to jinx it, but I think she knew when she hit that ball, it was going to go a long way. And that has certainly been the case. And now a conversation with Kwaszek. Doesn't look like there's any pitching change.
And there is a conversation going on between the umpires and somebody on the right side of the diamond out of play. It's unclear if that was the CCSU bench or dugout, or if that is something to do with fans off in that direction, but there was a stern conversation going on over there. Meanwhile, there was a meeting at the mound as well. Quashek stays in. Going back to that last point about LIU, yesterday when they played Lemoyne, the bats got going pretty quickly. CCSU, on the other hand, against Wagner, took a while to get the bats going. It took 2 innings today, but CCSU scored 3 runs, put up a couple of home runs, and Lemoyne, who did not get the bats going really at all yesterday until the latter part of the game, find themselves down by 3.
And it feels like the Blue Devils have finally broken through. They found that offensive stride. Couldn't find it yesterday. We're taking full advantage today.
This one driven to deep center. And Maddie Martin tracks it down. And there's one away.
Well, I was going to say before Gasper's home run, the biggest at-bat, I think, for a pitcher is after allowing a home run, how do you respond? Gasper then follows with a home run, but then another fly out to pretty deep center field by Teal. So there's something that Quashek is throwing pretty elevated in the zone that the Blue Devils like.
It's Warren. She'll be followed by LaPiccolo. Dribbled foul, third base side. Two and one. Line drive, straight away center. And Skylar Warren aboard for the second time today.
And that's a fourth straight ball that's been lifted into the air, hit pretty well, and a pitching change ensues.
And that will do it for Isabella Quashek as she exits and Adriana Laraway comes in.
And Laraway this year, she's been touched up by opposing hitters. Batting average against a 361, which is a high on the rotation, the highest by a wide margin. However, the big thing about Laraway is she has limited home runs. Quashek is the one that has an issue with allowing home runs. Laraway with a staff low 4 home runs allowed this season.
Well, another interesting number here sort of that emerges in the stats, especially in conference. Thrown 17 1/3 innings, she's allowed 21 runs, just 10 earned runs though. So that's a runs allowed that's more than double her ERA. Her ERA in conference at 4.04. The runs allowed would be north of 8. She has pitched better, especially recently. In the games against Central Connecticut, 2 2/3, no runs. The big game that affected that runs number, she pitched 3 2/3 against Wagner, allowed 11 runs, just 2 earned. So it goes down as a fine number in the ERA, but when you take into account the number of runs allowed, it's a lot.
Absolutely, and the team's going to look at that on a statistical sheet and say, okay, we know what we can do, and we can take advantage of that very much so.
So the ERA at 4.04, pretty good number, but that's a little deceiving in this case.
And this Blue Devils team just chased off a player in Quashek who's got the 5th best ERA in the NEC. So
right.
You look at the numbers, and I think for CCSU, this is a great opportunity.
Fouled back, 2-2. On Sophia LaPiccolo.
Well, if Laraway wants to try and establish her presence, this is a big next two batters to face. Try to retire the bottom part of the order.
Line drive right to second. Catch made by Avery Lynn. They're 2 away.
Very beneficial for Lemoyne. That ball doesn't leave the infield. Really just for the psyche of this Lemoyne team. Just seeing another ball, I think, hit really hard after seeing back-to-back home runs, that can really bog you down. It'll be curious to see how the Dolphins respond coming to the plate in the next half inning.
Shallow center, long run, and Avery Lynn is there to make the catch for the final out. But not before a pair of home runs and a 3-0 lead for Central Connecticut. Gasper launches that one to give CCSU the 3-0 lead. Become a NEC corporate partner today and elevate your brand while reaching NEC students, fans, and alumni. Simply visit the NEC's website at necsports.com and click on the corporate partners link to learn more. Become a corporate partner today. Well, Lemoyne avoided further trouble. Down 3 after 3. Brings up Audrey Bendersky. Liz Hamilton has been rolling through 3 innings. Only 2 hits allowed, both of them to Kayla Dunkerley, the leadoff hitter in this lineup. Had a streak of 8 consecutive retired between her 2 at-bats. But Bendersky, a threat at the plate. Bouncer to second, 1 away.
For Hamilton, this has got to be such a breath of fresh air. You've got a 3-run spot for you. This is the biggest run support that she's had during this tournament. And that kind of allows for a pitcher to be maybe a little bit more aggressive, maybe try to challenge certain hitters a little bit more because A, you've got some cushion, and B, you've got, I would assume, a pretty confident defense behind you.
Elizabeth Gleghorn, who is 0 for 1 today, had a big hit in yesterday's game, occupying that 4 spot in the lineup. She was 7 for 15, just 15 at bats with 7 hits in conference play. That driven to deep center. The Solners is back and makes the catch. Didn't miss that one from going out by much.
She's put 2 really good swings on today. I mean, a line out to third, a fly out to center. And it feels that, again, she's somebody that if she can get on, if she can get one of these balls to fall, maybe that's going to trigger a little bit of a rally from Moyne.
That one's also drilled to center, but the Solner is ready for it. Doesn't get much quicker than that. A 1-2-3 inning for Liz Hamilton. At the end of 3.5, it's still 3-0 Central Connecticut. LIU looking to extend their 3-0 lead as Adriana Laraway remains in the game. Top of the lineup for CCSU. Count 1-1. Bottom of the 4th inning. On the ground, a short. Gavigan in plenty of time.
Laraway's done a nice job kind of settling the storm some, calming things down. Really, you take away that 5-batter stretch that Quashik had to get through. 2 home runs, 3 runs scored, a couple singles. That's where things, I think, really unraveled quickly.
Punak, slow roller to second, throw to first in time. Avery Lynn fielded that ball rather quickly.
That was another tough play for Laraway to try and make it, despite it being glove side. That was hit a little bit further to her right to try and, or to her left, I should say, to try and either stretch over or not. And probably a good idea to give way to her second baseman.
Not a lot of time. And now it's Ava Sino. A pair of singles. Scored on the 2-run shot from Grace Lawton back in the 3rd.
Zena with a great day so far at the plate. Her 15th multi-hit game of the season. Certainly got some redemption earlier today against Quashek after a slow performance in the regular season.
Going the other way, and the count 2-2. Three and two on Sino. Just 2 hits today for Lemoyne offensively compared to 7 for Central Connecticut. This could be more than just 3-0 already. That one left up and fouled away. This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat to Ava Sino as Adriana Laraway trying to get some more outs here. She's done well to start. Pops it up. Lynn is there. She makes the catch. 5 in a row retired by Adriana Laraway as we go to the top of the 5th.
Behind the back shot there. That was incredible by Natalie Kudu.
Burns, she got the kill.
Locked away. Oh, what a save.
It's the bell all the way to the end zone. Touchdown. The 2025 FDU Knights Women's Basketball Conference champions.
Piccolo's gonna try the shot. Oh, what a goal!
Rayvon Prince from Chicago State wins the 800 meters.
Davis tiptoes, nice steal. Here's Jordan in transition.
Riley Ferretti wins the 2025 Cross Country Championship.
And a dive and a catch by Ducatelli.
Sports fans, we pack stadiums, arenas, and local gyms every day. And every sports fan is uniquely human. Seeing each play with your own eyes, triggering your own emotions. And as humans, we won't agree on every call, but we can act with empathy and consideration. So put yourself in the official shoes. Be more than a fan. Be officially human.
Top of the 5th, Lemoyne trailing 3-0 to CCSU. With just 2 hits to show for it in the first 4 innings. Bunt right back to Hamilton. Throw to first in plenty of time.
Well, that could have gone awry quickly. A little bit of an in-betweener because you could tell Hamilton wasn't sure if she should try and catch it on the fly or not. Good instinct, good reaction, comes up with a plate, fires a first.
Count a ball and a strike on Gavigan.
A lot of these Dolphin batters, I mean, because of how fast Hamilton is moving, they're getting an at-bat, then having to sit for 2 innings, having an at-bat, sit for 2 innings. You sit for this long, it's kind of chilly, get a little cold, get a little tense.
It's a good point. It really is kind of chilly right now. Temperatures are around 60, but in the shade, especially if you're not moving around all that much, we're actually getting what feels like as low as 53.
And with the aspect of the wind as well, and with a lot of these buildings, I mean, obviously the sun's going to come up higher than the building, but at times the sun's blocked by the building. So to your point about the shade, albeit it's a nice day, it's May, it's still cold, still chilly.
Three and two on Gavigan. Line drive, center field. DeSaulniers is there, and there are two away.
I mean, you've got Todd coming to the plate, and she didn't get her first at-bat until the third inning, and you would say, okay, that's plenty of time to kind of look, see what I'm going up against, but then you come to the plate 2 innings later, doesn't really give you much time to kind of have that quick turnaround, that quick adjustment if you're batting 1 inning after a next. And again, that's been a big part because of how fast Hamilton's moved through the lineup.
11 is batting for number 1. 11 batting for number 1.
Cameron Schenk comes to the plate.
We saw Lemoyne deploy the bench a lot yesterday. Obviously, we mentioned about Gleghorn's pinch hit, double that she had, but again, it's tough to kind of rely on your bench so much to try and find that spark.
Fly ball, center. DeSaulniers there once again. A blazing fast 1-2-3 fifth inning from Liz Hamilton. And at the end of 4.5, it's still 3-0 Blue Devils.
By the NCAA.
Bottom 5, Central Connecticut looking to keep their season alive and move on to play LIU and a second elimination game. That would be later this afternoon. Count a ball and a strike. On Grace Lawton, who went deep back in the third inning, skies this one in the infield. And there's one away.
Yeah, she got jammed on that one. Good pitch by Laraway runs in on Lawton. I'm sure she probably learned from the last time Lawton was at the plate. You don't want to hang anything over the zone on her.
And it's Stella Gasper, who also homered her last time up. But Adriana Laraway has been quite effective since entering. It goes somewhat unmentioned, partially because her team's down 3-0 and they're fighting from behind and they're not getting much offense. But she's retired 6 in a row.
Well, I think that is what is maybe the feeling for Lemoyne. Making the change, was it too little, too late? Especially with the way Hamilton is pitching. 3-run spot feels pretty comfortable. Yeah. And you think, okay, you take away at least one of the 2 home runs. This is a very different feel, very different ball game.
Driven to left center. It's going to get by Maddie Martin in center. And it is a 1-out double from Stella Gasper, who ends that streak of 6 consecutive retired by Laraway.
That was a fascinating path that Martin took. I don't think she realized how much speed and velocity this ball was hit with. Again, Gasper just does such a great job getting that front leg down and getting her whole body around. Really a good competitive throw by Martin. It was just a touch late. It was on target.
She tracked that down rather well after she took a bit of a circuitous route. This one's going to drop into center. They will hold Gasper at third. A base hit from Jocelyn Teal. And there are runners on the corners with 1 out for CCSU and an opportunity to blow this game wide open. Jack, you mentioned this earlier. I thought it was a great point that this is just a 3-run game, but 3 runs right now feels like it might as well be 7 or 8 based on the way Liz Hamilton's pitching and the way that Lemoyne has swung the bats this weekend.
And I think that is what the problem right now for the Dolphins is, that you've done what you need to do to minimize the threat after the fact, but now you're not able to kind of replicate it on your side offensively. And again, I think Liz Hamilton feeling so confident that she can pitch freely with a 3-run spot.
Jammed into right field for a base hit. Gasper comes around to score. Teal goes first to third, and Skylar Warren with an RBI single, and it's 4-0 Central Connecticut.
That was a really good placed ball by Warren. Just doing what she needs to do with it, getting that bat head around quick enough despite the inside pitch, and great base running too by Teal, working her way all the way from first to third on a relatively weakly hit ball.
And that's just about as well placed as it possibly could be, because if that's maybe 15 feet to the left, it's a really easy play for Avery Lynn over at second. But a bloop shot into right, and it's 4-0. And if there's anyone who needs some bloop lucky sort of plays, it's Lemoyne. They're not hitting the ball that hard. They've got a couple of hits, both coming courtesy of the leadoff hitter, Kayla Dunkerley, who's going to come to the plate in the 6th. On the ground to third. The throw is to first. They're going to trade the run for the out. And it's 5-0. A little surprising to see that, Jack. I kind of thought it might be prevent runs at all costs. Plays might be to the plate, infield in, but they are willing to trade that run with the out, and they're 2 away now in the bottom of the 5th.
There was some movement in the bullpen for Lemoyne. Tatum Nessman getting warmed up. That could be another sign for Lemoyne as you see Nessman there on your screen getting ready. And I think that is, again, sometimes a problem that some teams run into when you have one arm you rely on so heavily and you don't have maybe a second or third option. Once you burn through that second pitch and you're getting to that third, that means the opposing team's going to start getting really, really comfortable.
Up the middle, a base hit for Bozak. Around third, the throw to the plate is not in time. Skylar Warren scores. It's 6-3 6-0 CCSU.
This is some great production from the bottom part of your lineup. Again, another really nicely played ball. Good job by Warren to get out of the way of that. Picks up her head coach, Gleason, over at third and saying, hey, you got to go and score.
And it's getting into the territory where run rule may start to play a role. A home run here from the Saunders would actually end it. That would be 8 runs through 5 innings. So we'll see if that does come into play. But a 3 spot in the third, 3 more in the 5th. And Moyne has been completely held off the board. 6 runs on 11 hits.
Yeah, and I think now you're thinking, if you're Moyne, you've got to extend this game. I mean, it's now not even a matter of getting runs on the board, or at least eventually it will turn into that. But at this moment, you have to avoid those next 2 runs coming across. Because if you want to give yourself a puncher's chance to try and keep this game going, you have to extend it.
Runner on second, 2 out. Two, oh, called strike, 1-1. Wow. That hit that building with some extra mustard on it maybe, and did not end up hitting a window, so they stay safe. But that was as loud as a deflection as we've heard off that building. Laraway, 1-2's up and away.
A really good eye by DeSaulners, noticing Todd sets up outside and wanting to hold, avoid, having to chase.
Three and 2 on DeSaulners.
Talk about a quality at bat here by DeSaulners, seeing everything that she can from Laraway.
Fly ball, deep center field. That ball is gone. Home run, Ashlyn DeSaulners. It's a run rule walk-off, and CCSU takes it 8-0. A 5 spot in the 5th, enough to move CCSU on. Moyne eliminated from the tournament after a great season where they took a game off this CCSU team late in the regular season, but it's the Blue Devils with an 8-0 win over Moyne to stay alive and move on to the second elimination game they will play a little bit later today. But a walk-off from Ashlyn DeSaulners for a run rule and a win, 8-0.
Wow, what a ball game. Austin, I mentioned to you before we started today, I haven't seen many home runs. We saw a home run earlier this morning. And then how about 3 big blasts off the bats of CCSU, showing why the Blue Devils were one of the top, if not the top hitting team collectively in the conference this year. Home runs all throughout the lineup. That's the other thing too, Austin. You get a home run from your leadoff batter, your 4-hole and your 5-hole hitter. That's dangerous, and that's very scary, and I think that this was a game where this offense finally got unlocked.
The offense really did get going. When you hit 3 home runs like that, it's a huge boost. We will step aside briefly. Be back with an interview and highlights. Central Connecticut stays alive here. Today's player of the game is brought to you by Legend Rings, the preferred championship ring provider for the Northeast Conference. Visit legendrings.com to learn more about the leader in custom championship rings. And today's Legend Rings player of the game is Stella Gasper. Stella, your team fell yesterday in a tough 3-1 game, but you bounced back today. What was the mentality today going into this game?
Yeah, I mean, all warm-ups, we were just preaching, like, let's play Central softball. Yesterday it didn't happen. We weren't up to Central softball in the field, but all warm-ups all day yesterday, like post-game, we were, let's play Central softball tomorrow. It's not over. We can fight back. We've done it before.
Well, today you guys had quite the balance like you have right now with everything that's on your head. You did a great job at the plate. I want to ask about the home run that you hit. Your teammate, Grace Lawton, hits a home run right before that.
Mm-hmm.
What was your mindset, and what did you see during that at-bat that you feel you carried into your at-bat?
My at-bat, I really was just hit something to the outfield, get a good hit, get a barrel on a ball. I was really confident going into it. Grace is amazing. She obviously broke that record today, so yeah, really just her going up there gave me the confidence, and I know that me and Grace back-to-back, like, we talk about it all the time. We're like, oh, let's get back-to-back, let's get back-to-back, and today it finally happened, so.
Stella, quick turnaround now. Got to play in about 30 minutes or so against LIU, who was the regular season champions. How are you going to be able to do it?
Again, going into it, playing Central softball, we were super hyped after that game. We're going to carry that momentum into this next game and hopefully into tomorrow. You know,
Stella,
we got to do our best.
Go throw those bats away. Get the helmets off. Go celebrate with your team and take a few moments here. Congrats again on the win.
Thank you.
CCSU takes this one via run rule, 8-0 over Moyne. So for my broadcast partner, Jack Ridenauer, producer, director, replay, Tom Casanova, our entire PAC Network crew, I'm Austin Rooney saying so long from LIU Softball Complex. Well, the final score is 8-0 Central Connecticut. All games are airing on the ESPN networks and streaming live on and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.